Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. Eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just got through doing a couple of very disappointing Subway reviews, and I figured why not continue with the trend. But we'll get into that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, push out the bad energy. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Boom! My Static X shirt. What with the, you got Zero and the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar with the band Static X, they are kind of an industrial / nu metal band that has been doing it since, kind of like the mid 90s. Really sort of broke out in the late 90s, early 2000s with their seminal album, Wisconsin Death Trip. They've been a force to be reckoned with ever since then, albeit ups and downs. Very significant down, of course, being the loss of their frontman, Wayne Static, who passed away probably around 10 years ago at the time I'm doing this video, which was such a shock. And, the guy was such an enigmatic and, again, just he was a force within the scene. Everybody, kind of knew him. His music was great. He was always doing really cool projects. It was a huge loss. Thankfully, at least in my opinion, I know some people have been a little bit here or there on it, but the rest of the band did continue on, and, we have the current incarnation, which I like a lot. I've seen them perform live a few times. I actually have videos of said performances on my channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. Nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music and stuff is concerned, because I think they're a really fantastic band. But anyway, what am I trying for today, folks? Why are we continuing on the trend? Well, folks, it's not another sub sandwich review, but I'll be honest, I do expect it to be pretty disappointing because, well, it's Boom! It's Boom! It's gas station nuggets from Speedway. Yeah, so Speedway has chicken nuggets now. I don't know. Here's the thing. Speedway is owned by 7-Eleven. So typically, whatever Speedway has, 7-Eleven will have and vice versa. But that's not entirely the case. There are occasionally instances where one thing won't directly equate to the other. I don't know if this is the case or not, because I only saw it advertised through Speedway, but it might be available at 7-Eleven too. But if you had the Speedway card, which I still have my Speedway card, you could get 8 for $2. And I was like, all right. So, they don't look or feel particularly amazing, but, I did get them around lunchtime, so it's probably about as good as they're going to get. Let's do a thing for the thing. It looks like this. Ha 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 ha. And yeah, gas station chicken nuggets. That's awful. They're overcooked as shit. I mean, there's no juiciness to them at all. It's a little bit unfortunate because I think if they were cooked properly, it'd probably be okay-ish. The exterior doesn't taste terrible. I mean, I would say it has a nice crunch to it, but when you consider that, yeah, they're overcooked, that makes sense anyway. Yeah, no, these were never going to be great. The flavor on them isn't awful. It's just, again, they're overcooked really badly. Not particularly good. They taste like a chicken nugget. I'll give them that. Not that that's saying a lot. I mean, chicken nuggets have to be one of the most easily produced food items on the planet. I think even if these were fresh, I'm sure, well, or at least cooked properly. Because again, around noon, so I can't imagine these were out that long. Everything else on there seemed to be pretty pretty new. That's why I chose to do these, because I was like, well, have they been sitting for a while? And I kind of looked at everything else in the little spindle, and I was like, no, looks like everything else is fresh. I mean, you're not getting a lot of chicken. It's never going to taste that great. It's obviously going to be very processed. Yeah. These ain't great. But maybe, just maybe, barbecue sauce can help it. They're also very bready, too. Like, they have a little bit of a thickness to them, but a lot of that is just bread, you know, and it's just, yeah, you're not getting a lot. I mean, yeah, it's $2 for 8, but I'll be honest with you, I could have saved the $2. But, again, maybe the combination of the barbecue sauce will turn this right around. Some nice Heinz barbecue sauce. I mean, they taste better. Heinz barbecue sauce is actually pretty okay barbecue sauce. Not bad. Got a decent enough flavor to it. But I guess if nothing else, the greatest contribution is it adds a little moisture to these things. Yeah. Because here's the thing. I want to at least add a little something to it. The inside was still a little bit tender. I mean, here's the thing. Normally with something like this, I might be willing to kind of toss it out. It's like, well, you know, okay, yeah, you know, maybe it's overcooked or maybe it's been out there for a little bit longer. You know, fair enough. And, you know, give it a little bit of a respite. But the fact of the matter is I think even at the best of circumstances, these are never going to be anything great. Maybe at best, slightly passable, but because again, there's just two questions that have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? No and no. Again, I think even in their best incarnation, even if these were like straight out of, you know, the oven or recook or whatever the hell they used to make them, these aren't going to be anything good. You know, they're obviously probably frozen beforehand, and then, you know, they're just put out. But even then, you're not getting a lot of chicken. They're very bready. They don't taste terrible. Like that's the best thing I can say for them. Is like flavor-wise, especially when you do get one that's a little bit tender, so you get a little bit of a tiny bit of juiciness. The flavor is okay, you know, for what it is. But even then, it's nothing great. You know, they're not like particularly well seasoned or anything. They're very just. They're not even bottom of the barrel chicken nuggets. These are, yeah. These are like some doomsday prep chicken nuggets. Freeze dried and good for another like 600 years. Yeah, I would definitely not get these again. As much as like I'll eat gas station food, I don't give a damn. There's other stuff I could get from Speedway or 7-Eleven that are just going to be way better than this. I don't see a reason for these to exist, honestly. And if I'm recommending them, clearly I'm not. They're not good. They're not good. And again, if you're considering them, you're like, oh, 2 for $8, that ain't half bad. Or, you know, maybe you got kids or something. Kids are like, I want chicken nuggets. Go to McDonald's. Go to Wendy's. Hell, even go to Burger King. No matter where you go. Yeah, maybe you're going to pay a little bit more, but it's going to be worth it. Because these, again, not only do I not think that these are great, even at the best of times, but even beyond that, again, I just don't see a reason for them. You know, I think that with Subway and Speedway, with Speedway and 7-Eleven, you know, again, I just think they have a lot better items. They have little mini tacos. They have like little, like these like little like Chinese chicken skewer things and pizza and all that stuff. Like that, it's all better. They have chicken wings. I've reviewed the chicken wings. Those are better. Get those. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly get yourself some proper chicken nuggets, tastic rest of your life. Okay? Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, thing I want you to do, go over there and get yourself some nuggets that are respectable. Now that sounds like an oxymoron, because nuggets, but I mean, look, there's some genuinely pretty solid nuggets. I reviewed the KFC premium nuggets. Those are pretty good. I don't know that they have them anymore, but Popeyes had some nuggets. Those were good. Arby's has some good nuggets. There's some actual solid nuggets out there. Or just be a semi-adult and, get yourself like some chicken strips or something like that. Just do what you need to do. Just don't get gas station chicken nuggets. Bye.